When he was a young tiger, Lawrence inherited a nice sum of money and a house in Bruges. He bought a gondola and sold rides on the canal to tourists. He didn't need the money, but he liked to be around people and entertain them. He told his passengers the city's history and pointed out interesting sights. He even sang for them as he guided the festive boat between the buildings. On some days, he set off in the gondola alone. Steering the gondola helped him to think and dream his dreams for the future. The city of Bruges offered many comforts and pleasures. It was full of museums and galleries and cafes. Lawrence got up early every morning. He enjoyed the hum of the electric clock as he ate his breakfast. He drank hot Belgian coffee as he read the morning paper. Then he would drive to the bakery and buy a fresh loaf of bread for later. He had a little yellow car, and it took him all sorts of places. At night, the city of Bruges was different than it was during the day. Another side of it was revealed. At night, Bruges reminded Lawrence of the paintings of René Magritte. It became a place of mystery and confounding contradictions. It wasn't unusual to catch glimpses of otherworldly creatures above the rooftops. It was whispered that the city was run by a cabal of immortal 12th century alchemists. Lawrence was no stranger to this nocturnal face of Bruges. He had encounters with magical creatures that could only be described as adventures. Take, for example, the night he met a canal dragon. He'd taken his gondola to the edge of the sea. He wanted to read and think and study the constellations. Having an encounter with a dragon was a rare event, but it could happen at night in Bruges. Lawrence always liked to sing. Thinking he was alone, he was singing in a loud and rather hammy fashion, the way we all like to show off when we're alone. A few verses in, he realized he was being accompanied by what at first he took for a pipe organ or a calliope, but was really the wordless singing of a baby canal dragon. Lawrence continued to sing, and so did the dragon. Lawrence had been singing in a silly way, but as he sang with the mythical creature, he began to sing with feeling. When the song ended, the baby dragon shyly circled the boat. It seemed to be waiting for something. Then, Lawrence had a sudden inspiration. A tourist's child had left their picture book in Lawrence's gondola earlier that day. Would the little dragon like to be read to, like any other child? "Would you like to hear a story?" Lawrence asked. The canal dragon swam closer to the boat. Lawrence keeps his favorite chair in the upstairs sitting room with the door closed on Sunday afternoons. He feels like he shouldn't know how picture books appear on the chair at dusk. He fears watching it might disrupt the magic of the process. But sometimes he imagines a glowing ball appearing above the chair. Inside the glowing ball, a book appears. It hovers there a moment before dropping down onto the seat of the chair. Lawrence will find it when he visits the room with his audience of unseen friends. Except for this weekly occurrence, Lawrence sees no evidence of his being a television personality, like Count Mummy said. But he finds himself believing it. Lawrence doesn't give it too much thought. He feels demanding too many answers would disrupt the magic.